Hello, everybody, and welcome into that Real Texas Team podcast, episode 106. And we are reacting to the 16-13 win in Tennessee that makes the Texans 5-5, 500 for the first time this year since before we played a game. So buckle in, folks. We got some stuff to talk about. My name's Curtis. You can check me out here. You can also check me out on this AFC South show. Down at the bottom, we got Chris, aka Pac-Man Freestyle, aka Slim Chickens, aka the source of your mother's wet dreams. Make sure you like, subscribe all across the social medias at Dad's Crazy Podcast and Talk. He is the co-host over there. And yeah, let's get into it. Brandon's already heated in the comments section. Already mad. Fire Nick Caley. Look, I think that's going to happen at the end of the year, regardless of what happens down this 7-game stretch here. But I don't have a lot to complain about per se. It's not like the Texans couldn't move the ball. Davis Mills looked serviceable. The offensive line seemed to take a step back. It's just weird. It's just weird.
So, okay. So like, and I want to harp on that anyway. Like you say, they moved the ball. They moved the ball up and down the field. I mean, they moved the ball up and down the field with CJ. It's just when they get in the red zone, nobody knows how to score a touchdown.
Yeah.
That's the problem because like, that's literally been the problem all year. How many field goals did they kick? Like just a bunch of field goals. Like it's, I don't know. I'm not, like I said, I felt like last week the playbook was a little different. Whenever just like a little different, things like you say, you want things that Davis Mills do well, and there are things that Davis Mills do well. And one thing I'm starting to believe is reading defenses, because I feel like CJ can't do that at all. I am no longer comfortable with CJ taking control. Like they need to have the line. With who on the line can you have do that? Nobody seems competent enough to do that. But like, I don't know, like, because I feel like he can't read defenses whatsoever, and I feel like Davis does do that a little better. Does that mean I think that CJ's better? I mean, Davis is better than CJ? Of course not. I don't think that whatsoever, because Davis Mills, he's had this one comeback, but I do not think he's a better quarterback whatsoever. And like, even though I do think he's going to be playing this week on Thursday, but got to rock with what we have. Maybe we'll get the Coach Davis that got us the number 2 pick.
Maybe. I mean, he was playing pretty lights out that game. Let's see. He doesn't perform until we say fire Nick Caley. So fire Nick Caley. You got a point there. You got a point. Good loss for the Titans. Titans table for 2. Yeah. I mean, you stuck around with a team that's significantly better than you. This was an ugly win for the Texans, but a win nonetheless. Obviously, we're going to take it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Two prime
no reason.
You were saying?
Oh no, I was just saying about something about the Titans. There was no reason they should have gotten a touchdown at the end of the game either.
Gift wrapped that touchdown with like the 2 penalty, like the pass interference penalty against Stingley that extended that drive on like a 3rd and 19 or something. That touchdown
which I did not like that call either.
No, it was a terrible call. Terrible call. 2 primetime games coming up. I don't want to see a single trick play where they throw the ball to the QB. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Mm-hmm.
Non-called OPI. Yeah.
Yeah, they might do that. You might see Josh Allen catch a touchdown.
Shit, probably.
Yeah, because the Texans defense is real easily, and I'm gonna say top 3 defenses. Even though I think I don't know, it's just because we're up there in everything except for takeaways and sacks. Well, we're up there in takeaways and sacks that we're not up there in. We just get so much pressure.
Yeah.
And
mean,
it does affect the quarterback.
yeah. But look, the big thing coming out of this game is we're 5-5.
Yeah.
The exact perfect position that we really were aiming for. After we started 0-3, we have won 5 of the last 7. We are in theory, we're getting hot. In theory. Now, it doesn't look like it on a game-to-game basis, but technically, we've won 5 out of the last 7. You would think that would be like, okay, momentum. But every single game feels so isolated as an incident. You know what I mean? Like they don't feel like there's any momentum carried from one win to the next. It's very interesting. In the past, it felt like we would have a little bit of momentum. It would carry over a little bit to the next week, and then whatever would happen. But now it just kind of seems like everything happens as its own isolated incident, and then the team collectively moves the fuck on, and it's weird. Let's see, Brandon. What'd you say?
I was reading a comment. I was just not sure if they were asking where CJ playing, or I'm not really sure what's. I'm really getting a. I don't know. My brain is not working trying to read that.
Getting hot or getting cooked? CJ Stroud will playing?
Yeah, no, it's messing with your mind, isn't it?
So from what I gather, if CJ Stroud is going to play Thursday, he has to clear concussion protocol tomorrow. He has to have one practice where he is cleared protocol, and then in theory, he should be able to come back.
I ain't gonna lie, CJ got to come with some fire because he ain't expect Davis to win both of them games.
No. And Brandon, he's not Kyler Murray. All right. It's just not what it is. You're not wrong. As a starting quarterback, I don't think you ever really expect the backup to come in and be able to win 2 games. I think one as like an ego. I think you're assuming that, if I'm not playing, there's a big drop off between me and the next guy. And there really isn't. And like Davis has sewn that up pretty well. There's not a steep drop off. You're going to be in capable hands. Brandon, are we sure he's not Kyler Murray? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. What's up, Dime? How are you, bud?
What's going on? Like I said, I don't know. I need CJ to have some fire for this game. I feel like the defense is going to do their job. I mean, I don't. The thing about it is, and I swear, and like I hope it don't happen Thursday. I do not want that Josh Allen that was playing on Sunday.
Yeah. Well, look, I mean, if
Josh Allen that was playing a week before.
If we get Petrie back, I think this defense looks a lot better.
Oh yeah, why Sunday he's playing?
Well, yeah, he came back to practice, but God willing, he comes back. We've been running a lot of 3 linebacker system since he's been hurt, and that's kind of what people have been trying to expose. Linebackers in coverage. I mean, Henry To'oTo'o missed another probable like 5 tackles last week.
Yeah, I think his snap count's about to start going down.
I would imagine.
And I hate to say that because I love To'oTo'o, and he's like been a big staple. He's led in tackles at least once. Led the team in tackles, and he was someone that kind of came out of nowhere, and because I feel like that was his problem before. He missed a lot of tackles when he first came into the league, and it's like he cleaned it up, and like especially open field tackles. His open field tackles like they were amazing. And it's like this year, like starting with Baker, man, just I don't know.
Yep. No, you're
I'm not really
right. I
sure what's
mean,
going on.
it does feel like Henry T's kind of regressed.
And oh my gosh, where's Kristen Harris?
He's playing special teams. I saw him tackling some motherfuckers. But Braden says, normally with backups, they come in and be hot for a couple games, but then they remind everyone why they are a backup. Yeah, sometimes.
Like I'm talking about, and I think that Davis Mills can literally win this game. I don't think that it's not that I don't think he can win this game, but I don't believe he can. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I know that CJ can beat Josh Allen. He beat him last year. It wasn't pretty, but he beat him.
Yep. Mellow Mike says Ed Ingram returns and Titus will move to left guard. That's what I want to see, honestly. Although I don't necessarily think I saw a whole bunch out of Jarrett Patterson that I hated. You lose a little bit extra in the running game with Jarrett Patterson at guard, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know that Titus is necessarily an upgrade by a lot.
Hey, that's a good question. Hey, I'm sorry to cut you off. Before we get on this offensive line, do you see this comment down here? What did we give up for what did we get for Tunsil?
Like a second and a fourth this year, and a third and a fifth or something next year.
Okay, so we have a second this year. So this is going to be a pretty high second because like they're not looking good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I ain't even. I mean, I know the draft ain't just great, but still, it's still a high second that and you know something might shake up. But my bad. Now back to I know we're talking about the offensive line, and I don't really. I would like to see that with Titus Howard, but Trent Brown. I do not like Trent Brown. I don't like it. I do not like Trent Brown where he is at. I don't.
I mean, honestly, though, I as bad as he played last against the Titans, he wasn't the problem.
True. It's just he don't move, and I'm scared he's gonna get hurt. He's humongous.
He's humongous and old as hell.
That too.
And I get that. And I get that. But if he's giving you the same level of play that Titus Howard is giving you at tackle, it just looks a little different. I'm cool with it. You're right. No, Mellow Mike, you're right. He did get worked by Simmons around the edge. He did have a sack allowed on him. But Ursery got worked a couple different times. The interior got worked a couple different times. Like, there was a lot of issues with the offensive line yesterday, and it wasn't all just boiling down to one thing. I think Trent Brown plays better on the right side, and I don't love the lineup if you bump Titus Howard back out to right tackle. You got Ed Ingram at right guard is something I think should happen as soon as he's healthy, but then you're looking at Jarrett Patterson or Juice at left guard, because at this point, if you haven't noticed, they don't believe Laken Tomlinson is skilled enough to play at all. He's not played one snap the last couple games after being in a 50-50 rotation for most of the year.
I saw him this last game.
He may have came in for somebody for a play or two, I guess, but I know Juice came in when Titus got hurt.
No, like I saw Laken on the field.
Oh, maybe extra points?
I can see that.
Well, look, yeah, hold on. Mellow Mike is making a really good point. So I'm going to highlight both these comments real quick. Trent has 0 movement skills. Smith worked around him on the edge. With Ursery, he is stiff in the lower half, plays beyond his frame, lets players into his chest, slow hands. Ursery is better suited at right tackle. I think this is just a symptom of being a big ass dude. You know what I mean? Like, Chris, in your life, I'm sure that you've played some sort of recreational sport with somebody who was just a fucking tower of a human being.
Oh.
No?
No, I have.
Yeah. So usually the bigger you are, the less mobile you are. Like it's very rare to see some 6'8" dude be able to, like, I don't know, tap dance or some shit. Like
Yeah.
you're just not going to see it.
Unless he's Wimby.
Yeah, well, exactly. Unless he's Wimby on it. But Trent Brown is not, and he's in his like mid to late 30s at this point, so he's not going to be any sort of fucking flexible. Ursery has been in the NFL for how many weeks? And eventually, I think they're going to get him with some sort of flexibility and technician kind of guy. But these are things that can be worked on. And I think Ursery will be all right at left tackle. I think he's got some fundamental stuff to work on with speed guys, like the really quicker less powerful types. Because you try to outmuscle Ursery, he's just going to eat you. But if you try to run around him, he's too big to do anything about it.
Yeah. Got that all day.
Yeah.
Because I ain't gonna lie, like that was the only person on the line that Trent Brown didn't make look small.
Yep. Mellow Mike hitting the same. Yep. It's a blessing and a curse to have a big offensive lineman. I mean, realistically, I guess you want everybody like 6'5" with long ass arms. But I think Ursery's got some upside to him. He got worked, but he's also a rookie, and I think he's played pretty well outside of a couple instances. That being said, Will Anderson Jr. and Daniil Hunter are, as of the last couple of weeks, playing like men possessed. Daniil Hunter had 3.5 sacks this week, or not this week, last week, and then another 1.5 this week. I mean, that's insane production from just one guy. And then Will Anderson Jr. with the sack, fumble, recovery, return, whatever you want to do. I wish that I wish we could get that kind of production out of them all the fucking time. I don't know why it took so long for Daniil Hunter to wake the hell up, but very glad he's
like
here.
The last year. The dudes had like 5 sacks in the past 2 games.
Yeah.
I mean, he's no Myles Garrett, but he's getting close.
Yeah. You can be a taller tackle as long as you can drop your hips and get low. You're right. That mobile lower body flexibility is important. Brandon, yeah. Neil Hunter and Will Anderson Jr. heard him talking. Definitely not wrong on that. But this week, 2.5 sacks and a forced fumble combined. They're my players of the game, honestly. Will Anderson sets up a field goal that, obviously we needed badly when it came down to it. But there's also some incredible boneheaded defensive moves that happened. Kamari Laster losing Chigakonkwo for a 39-yard pass.
That was crazy.
Dude, insane. Cam Ward delivers that ball, and I am watching Daniil Hunter about to kill Cam Ward. By the time the ball leaves Cam Ward's hand, Daniil Hunter destroys his future. His ancestors felt it. Like it was brutal. And then I'm in a stadium that's probably half capacity, and it seemed like all of a sudden the stadium was full, and that was kind of
It's
wild,
crazy.
dude. That pass, man, I was just like, really? They're about to score, motherfucker. And then literally the next play.
Yeah, you can see that all day, and like I don't know. I don't feel like it should have been. I thought that maybe they'd take off in the fourth quarter like they did with CJ, but they didn't. It's just see the thing about Davis Mills is winning, but I feel like he's not really like. I feel like the games that CJ like they won them convincingly. Jacksonville, we didn't expect that game. Like I didn't think they were going to win the game. I picked the score for them to win because I believed that they could, but I didn't think they were going to. And especially after I saw the first couple of series, I was like, "Oh my god, this is disgusting." Like people can say what they want, people can say, "Oh, you got to believe in your team. You ain't got to lead." I was driving at the time that game was going on. I'm glad I was driving because I'd have been so angry. I'd have been so angry. But at the same time, I think that I'm not really sure what. The defense is great. They're doing great. Like I said, you have some things. I thought that pass interference on their single was BS.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was extremely terrible call, but it's fine. The game still won 5-5, and we're actually really close to the playoff picture. Shit, Jacksonville lose next week, and we win on Thursday, and Jacksonville lose next week. We looking at something.
Yep.
And as bad as I don't want to say it, I wouldn't mind the Colts beating the Chiefs.
I don't know, man.
I don't know. It sounds so bad. I would rather because I do not, even though it could happen, we'd have to literally win out, and the Colts have to lose a few games. But I'm not even mad about the Colts. The Colts did what they were supposed to do this year. It's for right now. And if they're the 1 seed, I'm not going to be mad at it. But I would rather the Colts be the 1 seed than Kansas City make the playoffs.
Look, I hear you, and I get this. And Brandon's in the comment section agreeing with you fervently. But I don't know. I just don't want to see the Colts win. Mellow Mike says the only flaw in this defense is they struggle in the red zone and have let downs from the offense, leaving them out there, and have letdowns from the offense, leaving them out there all game long. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, that is 100% the issue. If we made it into the postseason, I would rather the Texans have a chance to play in Indy than go to Arrowhead. I get you.
Got you a dome stadium.
But there are other teams that the Colts could beat for us in their schedule. I mean, like if they're below us in rankings anyway, so they could win or lose, and it doesn't really affect us. But Kansas City, they got Jacksonville, Seattle, Jacksonville again, and then us. So, like realistically, we need them to beat.
I think Jacksonville. Okay, so that's the thing about it is I think Jacksonville is going to take one of those. Though.
Oh, Jacksonville's going to win almost guaranteed in Jacksonville. The Colts have not beaten Jacksonville in Jacksonville since 2014.
Oh, that's crazy. I did not know that.
Yeah, it's like a whole thing. Well, look, let's stay on what we're going on. The Titans game. It kind of seems like Nico woke up lately.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't necessarily that Nico was just full blown asleep. It just seems that Davis is feeding him enough. Nico is getting a plentiful enough amount of targets to be able to like make a dramatic impact on this game. He, 10 targets, 9 receptions, 92 yards, and a touchdown. He was crucial on the touchdown drive, not just for the catch, but for a couple third down conversions. He made a there are 2 third down conversions on the game-winning field goal drive at the end of the game.
That was incredible. Davis threw some really good balls on that pause on that drive. He really did, especially that first one, because I was like, ooh, they don't get this one, and especially because I think they were backed up too on that first one. It was like 3rd and 15 or something. Did he get sacked? That what happened? I don't
maybe.
Because I feel like they were. It was negative. It was like 3rd and 15. That first one. Both of them were crucial, but I feel like that first one was like 3rd and 15. But anyway, that's besides the point. Nico's been. I don't feel like he's gotten targeted any less than he has. But you also got to remember, think about like you said, he's woken up. Think about the earlier games in the year. Nico was not as reliable as you would have thought. As he's been in these last couple of games, he has not been reliable like that for CJ in the first couple. You got the fumble. He had a bunch of drops that I could have caught. Like, and I'm saying that, and it's like he was able to catch the ones that's like you got mossed ones. It's like he caught those, but then the easy ones, they just hit him in the hands. Perfect ball, and I also think didn't we lose the game on the fumble? We lost the game on that. Were we driving? Lost the game on the fumble.
Game. Yeah.
Like I say, and he had. Like I say, sometimes dudes just got to get down, and be trying to do too much. But that's besides the point. Like I said, there was a bunch of drops on some very pivotal drives that I saw in other games, and so I'm just. I think Nico's always been there. I just think he's been more consistent because I don't think he's being targeted any less than he was. Because the thing. I don't know. I feel like CJ when Nico's there, I feel like CJ tries to force feed Nico. Like if that makes sense, I don't know. I feel like he tries to force feed Nico when he doesn't have to. He should always know that he can rely on Nico, but he has so many other weapons that I feel like when Nico's there, it might sound crazy. Stroud might not need a number 1 receiver. He might need like 2s and 3s because it seems like he spreads the ball around more when he has 2s and 3s out there as opposed to when his number 1 receiver out there. Even though he can still get his number 1 receiver to get 1,000 yards, I don't know. It's just I feel like he goes to him when he doesn't need to sometimes.
Well, that's just the role of a number 1 with a young quarterback. He becomes that crutch, kind of like D-Hop was for Deshaun. Mellow Mike, Higgins, and Hutchinson. Yeah. Higgins and Hutchinson are balling. We should release Kirk's no accounting ass. Yeah. I'm cool with that. Fuck Kirk. He's taking reps away from Jalen Noel anyway.
I do agree. And somehow as fast as he's supposed to be, he always gets overthrown. I don't understand how that keeps happening.
Yep.
So fast that he's getting overthrown. It's crazy to me.
Speaking of Davis Mills, this is his 3rd game action this year. Obviously, he came in during the Broncos game for CJ. I'm not I'm not ever going to bang the table that Davis should start over CJ at this point. But Mills is playing damn good football for a backup quarterback. Like over 250 yards both the last couple weeks, 1 turnover. It's pretty solid for a guy who was plagued by interceptions as a rookie and in his 2nd year and through 2.5 outings, 2 3/4 of an outing. He's got 1 turnover. That's pretty
Oh
solid.
yeah, because he threw that bad interception in the Jacksonville game. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. He hasn't since he threw that interception. Maybe he had to throw the interception to get his juices flowing or something. I don't know, but like I said, I do agree with you wholeheartedly that he is playing well. He's doing exactly what your backup quarterbacks, because you got to think about it like this. When CJ got hurt his rookie year, Davis didn't come in and he couldn't come in and do that. Didn't he lose
No, it was Case Keenum.
both games?
Yep. We lost to
So
the
they
Browns.
didn't even believe in Davis enough that they had Case Keenum start over him.
Yeah.
And Case Keenum could barely move.
Correct. Yeah,
Like
Case
it was.
Keenum,
I don't know how he won that second game, but he did.
yeah. Keenum won. It lost to the Browns, beat the Titans with a comeback effort, helped out by
Yeah.
Devin Singletary.
Motor.
Yep. We got 2 touchdowns this past week against the Packers. Shouts. Stroud looked way better with Nico out. With Nico out there, we saw Stroud without Nico last year. Stroud needs an elite to above average tight end. Stroud's strength is throwing over the middle.
Okay. So like I wanna speak to that real
Not how
quick.
Mills
Okay,
was
so
playing.
I agree. We saw Stroud without Nico last year, but everybody started getting hurt, and you literally were down to where you were basically relying on Xavier Hutchinson, who's playing great this year, and John Mechie. Who else do we have? Do we have anybody else?
No. Well, for a minute there, Tank was alive, and then his
Yeah,
knee was not. But
yeah, because we lost Diggs to the ACL.
mm-hmm.
Nico missed what 5 or 6 games, and he was gonna he was looking stupendous. I feel like that changed. I feel like that changed a lot of CJ's development too. Nico missing those 5 games last year.
Yeah.
Because I felt like they were rolling.
Yeah.
And like look at them now. Like they can barely score over 20 points. I don't care who's their quarterback. Like I know they've had a 44-point game. I know they've scored 26. I know Davis scored what he scored 29. How much was it 30? Was it how much did he score? Was it 30 on Jacksonville?
Yeah.
With the offense score? It was 30. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But like they're man, they score 20, they win most games.
Yeah. Honestly, I mean, if we scored 20 weeks 1, 3, 9, that's we're sitting here at 8-2 right now. We scored 20 points. We're sitting here at 8-2. So, that being said, as we've already kind of talked about it a little bit, but the offensive line, what is the ideal offensive line walking into this Buffalo game? Like, if you had to give me left tackle through right tackle, what's it look like?
We're gonna start at right tackle because I'm not sure about this left guard position. Right tackle Titus, Ed Ingram, I guess Jake Andrews at center.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know. They're gonna do the swap with Juice and they're gonna do the swap. Were they doing that? I wasn't paying that much attention because
No, there was no swapping. It was Jarrett Patterson, unless he came out for injury.
Because like we obviously don't want to see Lakin. I'm gonna say Patterson because I'm guessing it's working a little bit, and obviously Ursery because I do not want to see Trent Brown on the field. I get what you're saying, but I do not want to see Trent Brown on the field, like at all.
Yeah,
I feel like I feel like you're gonna have Trent Brown on the field. He's gonna get hurt, and Titus is gonna have to move back to right tackle anyway, or they're gonna bring in Blake Fisher. God forbid.
Yeah, and I don't think any of us want to see that. To me, starting from left to right, it's Ursery. I want to see Titus at left guard, Jake Andrews at center, right guard is Ed Ingram, and right tackle is Trent Brown. Now, I know that the man is immobile at this point in his career. And basically, it might be a better idea to have wheels on his feet. But holy crap, you know, if the whole offense can go from, or the whole offensive line can go from C minus to B minus just by moving Titus from right tackle to left guard and kind of taking on, like, the run game gets going a little bit better, it's going to be huge. I'm definitely all for that. I thought it. Let's see. I thought it was a Bobby Slowick thing, but this is the second year we are still figuring out our starting lineup in the back end of the season. The guys just don't know how to just don't know their own personnel. You know, as this season has gone on, Mello, I think you have a point, but I think that the game plan was initially to have Titus at one of the guard spots, but Trent Brown was nowhere near ready to play. So they had to use Titus at a tackle spot. And Cam Robinson didn't want to be a swing tackle. And Blake Fisher did not show up ready to take the reins and be a starting offensive lineman in the NFL. I think that they've known all of this since training camp, and we're waiting on every piece to actually come back healthy before they could put out the offensive line that I just laid out for you. Ursery at left, Howard at left guard, Andrews, Ed Ingram, and Trent Brown. I think that's technically your best guys on the field. Like your best group is that group. And then you bring in Blake Fisher as your jumbo package guy. Mello says, I want to see anybody but Tomlinson and City So talk about hard to watch. Yeah, not for real. Can't believe the Browns stole D'Angelo Ross, LMAO. Did you guys see Chris Boyd was shot?
Bro, yeah, I hope he gets better.
Yeah. Big ups to Chris Boyd. But look, I think this is a good spot to go ahead and wrap it up. I don't want to get too far into the weeds for previewing. So we will be having a preview show tomorrow night because of the Thursday night game. We want to give it a little bit of time to breathe. So make sure you're here for that. Chris, I want to thank you for coming on, taking time out of your day to come on and talk Texans ball. Make sure you guys go to That's Crazy Podcast and talk all over the social medias. Like, subscribe, try to help his channel grow. Do the same thing here. We're at 331 and like to see that number keep climbing. So hit the thumbs up, hit the bell icon, hit subscribe if you're new here, and share us with some friends that you know are Texans fans. Maybe they think we're stupid. Maybe they think we're smart. Who knows? Who knows? But at least you're helping. So with that being said, folks, thank you. Go Texans. Be good people. Fuck the Cowboys.